Hello there. Welcome on in. Did you have an appointment today? Oh, perfect. That's with me. It's very nice to meet you. I have some of your options outlined for us. Yes. Have you ever worked with our company before? No, that's not a problem whatsoever. Okay. So, today will be a basic meeting to start us in the right direction of your party, the goals, yes, and how we can coordinate things to successfully have your gathering and or party. Okay. So, I will be handling all of your appointments. Yes, if you see fit. If we seem to be comfortable with each other and work together well. Okay. So, be getting information for me if you can. What's the name that I can put this particular event under? So it's yourself and another? Okay. And if you could just spell your name and their name. Okay. And what about a last name? Now, what about your event? Does it have a name? Is this connected to an organization, a business? Is this a personal gathering? Okay. And we can always update any of this information if it changes or if you need to just have anything switched around. Okay? Good. So for now, I will put the event name. When is the ideal date of this event? And is that this year? And what is an ideal time for the event? Morning brunch, afternoon, evening gathering? Okay. So, no, that's a good time frame. We can definitely work with that. It's nice that you're a little bit more flexible. And do you have an ideal location? Anything in mind? Just to briefly put in the beginning notes, I will of course be looking through various locations and spots for you and gathering all of that information for you. Yes, I will take care of all of that, but just off the top of your head, have you been to or seen any locations you would like me to look into? Or can you describe to me what exactly you want the location to be like? Okay. And is that here in... Okay, I think I know that area. Alright. Okay. Good. And any other notes that I should make location-wise? Okay. Now, event coordinator, that will be me. Take care of everything for you. Now for this party, what is your target or audience? Yeah, your guest list, basically. Okay. Okay. And do you have an estimated number of guests yet? Nothing has to be exact, just a rough estimate. Okay. That will also key into location that we get, depending on the guest list. And will this include children? Is it just adult only? Is it a family event? Okay. I do all sorts of parties, so I have expertise in a wide range of gatherings and events, so don't worry, I'll take care of everything. And then just in a few short words, the description of the event, just so I can get first idea of what we're really working towards together. Okay, good. That sounds like fun. Okay. And then once again, just a rough estimate so that we can move forward with the same ideals and goals. What is your budget for the whole of this event? Just an estimate. I'll be going over all the price sheets and all the details with you so we can make those adjustments to make sure that it fits within your budget, but I just want to have kind of a goal for us so we don't go out of budget. So I'd hate to do that to you, or in some cases people don't want to go under budget. Okay, so we will stick right around that budget then. And as I said, today's meeting, nothing is set in stone. This is going to be a process between you and I to make sure that this party and event is just what you've always wanted. Alright, a few other questions I have for you, just to get a better idea of your party. Are you going to need some sort of sound system rental? Yes, we have connections with various companies and businesses around town, and we even have some equipment ourselves. So I just kind of want to have a little checklist of what you will be needing. So sound system rental, this could include music, and that can be played through like a DJ, so like digital or CDs of music play. This could also include renting or booking a band of some kind. Okay, we can do rentals for microphones, if there's going to be any sort of speeches, and then in turn we would have speakers to go with that. Some of our events will include video shows, slideshows, or presentations, so we can do a video projector, a projector screen, and then depending on the event, a podium can be in place as a place for people to stand. We can also do computer or laptop rental to run some of the things like the slideshow, or if it's more of like a presentation for work settings, we can provide those things as well. Okay. I'll just mark off some of those maybes for us. And then the furniture rental is also going to depend on the number of guests that we have and what the feel of your gathering is really. And most of the time with the locations, they'll have some sort of furniture agreement. Where they have things on hand. If those items don't work best for us, we can always bring in additional tables, chairs, yes, anything of that nature. Okay, so and the number of tables and chairs and really the whole setup of everything will depend on the final number of guests that we kind of conclude on. Alright, now will you be serving food at this? So then we can also look into if that location has kitchen staff, a chef that they work with, or we can either do food catering. Kind of depends on what you're looking for. Some people want appetizers or finger foods. Other people want like a full course meal, and some are like plate side, others are buffet style. Okay, I think that makes sense for your particular gathering. And then once we secure a location, we'll be able to figure out if that's something that they offer or if we will be bringing in someone to kind of cater for us. Perfect. And as I said, my company here works with a lot of other businesses. We have kind of deals and agreements, so we have a wide range of places that can cater for you. Now, what about drinks? Are you wanting to have any sort of basic bar for your gathering? Yeah, we have a couple different options, of course. I mean, do you want to be serving any sort of alcohol? Okay. And you can have sort of an open bar where you're just up for anything. We can just serve signature beers or wines. You can also choose signature cocktails as well. If that's something that you're wanting, we would have to make sure the location or go ahead and hire a bartender, even if it's just to pour the beers and the wines, if it's more on the basic side. And then if you want signature drinks, definitely a full-on bartender to mix those up for you. And of course they would handle the regular drinks as well, whether that be punches or sodas or juices. All of that would be looped in with whatever either catering service we choose or the bartender. Yes. Okay. And then those are more of like the colder beverages, whether that be alcohol or non-alcoholic. Are you wanting to have any warmer beverages like coffees, teas, even hot chocolate? Yeah, it's all really personal preference for how you want the setting. Okay. Okay. Now, room design or seating design, we'll get more into once we pinpoint exactly where we're doing this at, guest list, all of those details as they start to kind of form for us. But we will need to keep in mind seats and tables, how many, and that's for tables to sit at, as well as longer tables to perhaps have the food or the bar if we need to make sure the location has like a bar area perhaps. And just other items we need to kind of check off our list. Now, are you going to need this location to have a dance floor, a stage? What about a balcony? Okay. And what about indoor, outdoor? Some people do like where if it gets a little warm, people can step outside but still kind of be part of the party, or other locations don't allow smoking inside, so they will have designated smoking areas for outside for your guests. Is that something that you're interested in, so they're still kind of part of the party if they need some fresh air on one side, or perhaps the smoking section over here? And just for you to know, I don't know if this is really going to be a gathering where people are going to be having too many cocktails. Right, kind of depends on the guests, I understand. But we have partnered with a variety of different car services that will be fully available for the evening of your gathering. Just comes with working with this company. So if at any time any of your guests need a ride home, a safe ride home, We don't want anybody drinking and driving. We will make sure that they have a ride home, and that is free of charge. It's just part of our company's commitment to you and your guests to keep everybody safe on the road. Okay? Good. Okay, so today we're really going to dive a little bit further into decor and kind of what you're thinking for the vibe and feel of your gathering. This will really be set in stone once we find that ideal location, but trust me, we can take a location that may seem very dull and turn it into this beautiful creation, so don't underestimate me. Okay, so I have a list of options for centerpieces or just decor around your venue. So if you would like to just step right over here with me and we can kind of go over some of our options. So I have a few different items to go over with you, just so we can start to get an idea of what we should be working towards together. Just find my notes for your gathering. Okay. Cool. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roughly 6 things I would like to kind of go over with you and simply get an idea of what you are seeing for your gathering. So let's start off with color options. Now, we had briefly spoke about some colors you had been thinking of. So I have a reference material here. So you had kind of narrowed it down between some greens, purples, and blues. So now please keep in mind that nothing has to be completely decided today. I just thought I would show you what we can offer and some of your options. So the greens here, you can see it starts deeper and goes down to an almost whitish green color. Same with the dark purple through to lavenders, and then the very light lavender, then the dark blues through the light blues, sky blues, almost even a gray color. So you can always change your mind, but I just thought I would reference some of these green, purple, blue for you. Okay. I mean, of course, if you wanted to do a combination of the blues and the greens, the blue and purple, purple and green, we can grab different shades from different areas. Of course, I can leave these reference colors in your file, so when we really start to pinpoint what your party is going to look like, we can pull back to these colors. Do any of these shades really stick out to you? Okay. Well, let me see here. Let's see. Well, the darker shades are very pretty. The darkest green is Blarney Stone, darkest purple is Eggplant, and darkest blue is Singing the Blues. And then we go up to Animation, or Purple Rhapsody, or Basil Pesto. So if you're liking the darker shades, I can make note of that. And of course, these aren't the only green, purple, and blue options that I have. Okay, so you're liking the dark shades. Perfect. And then we can always have like an accent color of something lighter. So perhaps the darker shades down here with a lighter sky blue, or a light lavender even, or this is peppermint patty is a nice additional color that we can do. Yes, peppermint patty's nice. I like this misty violet, or even guardian angel is nice. Some of the lighter ones up here get a little too light. It's almost, you can't quite see the tint. And then even for blue, heavenly blue is nice. Sentimental lady. Okay. Okay, so maybe some lighter tones. Okay. Once again, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we can do for you, okay? Now, next up, I would like to go over some fabric options for you. Now, this would mostly be for on the table. So, as you can see here, I have a couple options for you. It's a bit of a runner. This side here is very silky smooth, and while this side here is very velvety. This is in the darker green, but it comes in pretty much every color you could think of. For this particular fabric tablecloth, we have beaded detail, which just adds a little extra shine to your gathering, a little bit of a nice sound with the movements against the table if you're interested in that type of thing. But yes, so silky smooth side, velvety side, and you have the option for the beaded detail in any of the colors that you liked. And this could be for the longer tables, perhaps for the food or preparation, or we can even have this in more square details or circle tables, depending on what we go with for your guest seating area. Now, if you're not interested in something like this, I have a few more elegant pieces that you had briefly potentially talked about here. So let me just, I know that some people aren't particular into doily type things, but this could be something that would be nice for you with the sparks of color. So you could either do these details on your table in the white shade, and the pops of color would come in the centerpieces, or you could do these in any of the shades as well. So you can kind of see how it would look with the green. And this is obviously, some people relate this to an older look, but it can look very classy and elegant depending on how it's styled with your centerpiece. So that's something to keep in mind. And we have a variety of designs for these. Let me just grab. I also have this one here, which is more on the beige side, not as see-through. So more like a regular tablecloth, you could say. Obviously it would be much bigger, but it's going to be more solid in the middle, and the details for this cloth would be along the edge of the table. So this is a standard tablecloth option that could be white, and then we'd pull in your colors through the rest of the decor. Or if you like, we could also see about getting this particular type of tablecloth into any of the colors we discussed. So this could be in one of the greens, blues, or purples. Yes, even the stitching along the side could be into those colors, so that's something to keep in mind. You can think about if you like the stitching options on the tables, or do you like perhaps the beaded option on the tables? Yes, lots of different options, just trying not to overwhelm you, of course. And then I even have, let me grab for you real quick. This is a very delicate option that we could place around that I think looks really great with other colors, because this is very see-through. The details have little edges and holes in them as part of the design, but you can also see the color through it. So for instance, with this green, it pairs very nicely, but this white little see-through fabric pairs lovely with any of the colors. So if you wanted perhaps the tablecloth to be more vibrant in color, and then under the centerpiece you could put something like this and then have your centerpiece here. Yeah, just some of the options for you. Okay. Alright, let me make note of that real quick. And which one did you think that you liked? Okay. Right. Okay. Here we go. Now, with most of our centerpieces or gatherings decor, a lot of people love candles, so I have a few different options for you candle-wise. First of all, would you like to see candle options? Is that something you're interested in? Okay, so let me see here. Now, some people would like to go all out with rather large candles here. So this is a full-sized glass jar candle that would really be a larger focal point for your centerpieces. Now this particular color is in this yellowish tone for matching the scent, but we would make sure that the color of the candle would match one of your colors, whichever you select. And we can even make sure that the scent is appealing to you. If you want to scent at all, we can do just an unscented candle. So this is rather large and we could build around it, but definitely a bigger focal point for your tables or the centerpieces. Okay, so that's one option for us. And then we also have the smaller option, still in a glass container, but it's much shorter. And it's not so much in a jar, I would say, just a little holder. So that is smaller, but could be the centerpiece still, depending on what else we decorate and add around it. And as I said, this can be matched to whatever colors you see fit, and scented or unscented, whichever you desire. So that's just a smaller option of a more normal candle. Then we also have these, which can kind of fit certain more rustic themes because they really look like they're not in a candle, they look like they're in a jar. So most of the time when we do these, we will actually leave the jar lid next to it as kind of part of the look. Yes, I've done some more rustic weddings that really liked things like this. But still, just a standard candle, all about the presentation on what you would like. And, at one point, if we decide to blow out the candles throughout the course of the gathering, we can always pop the lid back on, so it kind of just has its own little look on its own. Okay. Then we have more standard candles. See, this candle here is not in a glass container whatsoever, so we would do a little candle holder, a dish or some sort of mat to make sure that it's securely placed. This is a shorter, wider candle, but we can do some of the taller ones if you like. We have tea lights, we have large ones. There's no end to the supply of candles that we have, so this is just another option for you. And if you have something particular in mind that you'd like to set this on, we can definitely go over that as well. And same as the rest, if you would like a particular color or fragrance, we can definitely make that happen for you. Perhaps you would like the candle ambiance, but you don't want to have to deal with the flame. We also have these battery operated candles here. So it has the fake little flame that will kind of wiggle back and forth, giving the illusion of the flame, but it's all battery operated. So from a distance it just looks like the glowing candle, if you will, but obviously for any kids or perhaps adults that have had too many cocktails, there's no fear of flame with this one. So this wouldn't really have a scent because it's not truly a candle, but we can do various colors in the battery operated candles if you see fit. Okay, so when it comes to candle options, did you have a preference that you wanted me to just make a note of? Okay. Okay. No, we can definitely have multiple options as we begin to narrow them down. Okay. Good. Now, moving on to other options of decor and centerpieces. Greenery or flowers is usually a very popular option with people, and we can do that a few different ways. So, for example, if you would like fake flowers, we have a variety of different ones that we can decorate and use within bouquets or centerpieces. This, for example, is a red fake flower, and it has these wispy details in it too, which we can always add. I like to add these little wispies into some of our decor sometimes. It just adds for a different effect. But yes, we have the variety of flake flowers that can be placed around, just added to whatever color detail you like. Okay. Now, I don't have any of our real flowers. We can, of course, order our real flowers from our local florist. And I can make that personal order for you. As I said, we work with a lot of local businesses, so all of that is covered, and we can get the color and the particular flower that you're looking for. And we do have, if you're looking for greenery but not just flower, we do have a variety of little plants, like house plants. This is a snake plant that looks nice at the center of a table, because from the sides it looks very appealing, from the top it looks very appealing, and can make a great little centerpiece here. We also have a variety of succulents that we can use in the centerpieces, which is becoming more and more popular these days. So if you want some greenery, whether it be real or fake, we can make note of that. Okay. Another option for us here is some glassware for the center. A couple examples for you. Here we just have a glass bowl that makes for a lovely centerpiece. We could actually put a candle in here if you like. And then inside we have a variety of glass beads, and these can be any color that you see fit. This is clears, greens, blues, and light blues. So that's similar to the shades that you were potentially talking about, minus the purple. So you could put these along the tables, but you can also, these are more flat, rounded at the top and then flat, if you like a different style. We also have these, which These are actually more like colored marbles. They're fully circular. Some people prefer different compared to the rounded top and flat bottom, or the more marble look to things. And all of these come in the variety of colors, so we don't have to worry about that. But the difference here of more the circular marbles or the flatter bottom of these glass beads. And along with the glass options, they do have these little, I guess you would call them little paper strips that are fun for some gatherings, depending on what you're looking for. We can put these in the glass or just have them scattered around the table. That's usually very popular for New Year's Eve parties. But yes, these can also come in a variety of colors. And they're just kind of fun. But yes, they can be placed in on top of something like this, or just themselves with the variety of colors. There's really not a limit to the different options that we have. So anything that interests you, just please let me know, and I can make note of that. Okay. Yeah, these can also be set around. You can do more decorative bags. This is more of a plain bag, but you know, with the different colors of the paper strips, can be actually a very simple decor technique. And with that, I do have these as well, which can be kind of fun for decor. They are glass, kind of look like little test tubes, if you will, but it's beautiful when you put those paper shreds in different colors, or sand in different colors. Even colored water in these can make for a very unique centerpiece or table decor. So this is just more of the unique look to things. I've also seen where we put a different flower in each one, so it has the greenery or the flower aspect to it, but it's not just a bouquet. It's more separated in this unique style. Yes. Okay. Now, did any of that? Okay, we'll make note of that. Okay. Okay. The last thing I have to show you is some lighting options that we have, and we can do this throughout the room for whatever venue you choose. We can do this just on the table as almost a liner of light. We can add this into the centerpieces. So many options with the various lighting. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. I'm just going to flip through some of the options for you so you can see the different, vibes and atmosphere we can give to the venue just with simple lighting. Alright, so here you can see this is more of a golden vibe. Very warm, inviting. We also have this red vibe. I'm not sure it would completely go with your particular color pattern. This is a different, more brighter yellow goldish. Getting closer to almost a lime green, which could suit you. This is a darker green, which I think could look really fantastic with the particular colors you're talking about. This is a blue, which would also look really nice against some of those color patterns we discussed. This is a lighter blue, so a little bit brighter for you. Here's a darker purple, which once again could also go splendidly with those colors. Or even a combination of the green, blue, and purple lights would be beautiful. This is just a pure white, so just to brighten up the room depending on the venue. And then we're back to that yellow. We do also have some options for some strobing and flashing light, but I don't really think that that would be the best for your particular event. Alright, so those are just some of the options that we can talk about and discuss over the next, the course of our meetings. Okay, perfect. Alright, I think this was a fantastic start to your planning. It's going to be such a good time for you, and I will be here to answer any of your questions or concerns. I will be taking the weight off of your shoulders. Of course. It was very nice to meet you. I look forward to our future meetings. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.